going to give you guys a story time about how I got rid of my psoriasis. I didn't really know about vegan or vegetarian until I became friends with people who were that, and it really opened a completely different world for me. So my freshman year, halfway into my school semester, I started my vegetarian journey, but I would definitely cheat. I'm just gonna put that out there. I would go to Fridays every single Friday and get endless appetizers with my friend. But eventually I got tired of doing that because it made me feel really bloated afterwards, and I stopped and I just went vegetarian. Did that for a year, and then I transitioned into vegan. Now I transitioned into vegan around 2019. You guys, 2019 was the year before the pandemic hit. After me going vegan later in 2019, towards 2020, I found out that I had psoriasis, which is inflammation in your immune system. The medical term for it is psoriasis. I had that, and it would appear through my skin. It started off with a little scrape. It looked like it was a cut that was healing, and I woke up with it. I didn't even know I had this little cut on my arm until I looked, and I'm like observing myself. I'm like, oh, hold on, I got a little cut. It's healing though. Maybe a week goes by, and it looks as if this cut was peeled. I was like, hold on, actually, I don't know what's going on. As it got big, I was not really self-aware of my body. I realized that it was all, like, it was on my legs, it was on my thighs. I began, like, telling my mom, I'm like, hold on, Mom, it's something wrong. I gotta go to the doctors. She's like, okay, we're gonna take you. She thought it was ringworms. We ended up going to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and we found out they thought it was ringworms as well, but then I told them that it was in my scalp as well. It was in my scalp, y'all. Once it got to my scalp, I was like, no, I cannot lose my hair. I don't know what this is, but I know it is not about to affect me to that degree. And so after that, they weren't really sure, so they were like, okay, just go to our dermatologist department. We go to their dermatologist department, I believe the next morning, or the next week. And they tell me that I have inflammation in my immune system, but they don't say that. They said I had psoriasis, and I'm like, well, what's psoriasis? Because they're like saying it as if it's a regular, normal, common thing. They're like, yeah, this is very common in this year. And I'm like, no. I was shutting it down, y'all. I'm like asking all possible questions. I had 10 questions ready, asking them. I'm like, okay, how do I get rid of it? They said there is no cure for it. That's what they told me, right? After they told me that, I asked them, like, what is the common causes of this disease? They weren't really able to answer or provide much information. They just were able to provide me a product, their medication, and they were just able to diagnose it. So the only thing that they really helped me with was diagnosing psoriasis, providing me with medication that was gonna supposedly help. Like, it was a cream that they gave me and a head wash that they gave me that I picked up from the pharmacy. And also, this stuff was in my ears. When I tell you guys, like, this disease was literally like spreading around my body. It was just horrible. It was horrible. So after the doctors telling me all this stuff, I ended up researching it myself. I'm like, okay, what are the common causes? I look it up, found it on Healthline. I'm gonna show you guys a little picture right here. After I found it on Healthline, I looked up, how can I get rid of it? They were telling me that there was no possible way I could lose it. But I knew in my heart for a fact, just because I was not born with it, that's how it made me think, like, no, I'm definitely sure I can get rid of this because I was not born with this. I did not have this all my life. You cannot tell me that, oh, now I've developed this, and no, that's just not how it works in nature. That's just not how it works, okay? So I get very passionate when I tell the story because it's just like, we really are self-governed. We are in control of ourselves. We are in control of what we think, what we put in our body, what we do on a daily basis, how we move, how we live our lives. We are really in control of that, and like, not many people are aware of this, and It's just a reality. But after researching, I found a couple different things. So I went on the alkaline food diet. I did that for a little bit. Mind you guys, this is all in 2020. The pandemic happened. I'm like stressing, but I believe that this happened. I believe that this this psoriasis occurred from my past events in my life, and also definitely the way that I was eating, the way that I was living. So yeah, guys, like, your girl, I probably wouldn't even be here today if it wasn't for me taking in control of what God gave me, my mind, these priceless possessions. So after like doing my research, I found raw veganism. I found the Dr. Sebi alkaline diet. And so I tried the Dr. Sebi alkaline diet first. So I wasn't thinking of fasting. I ended up just going into the Dr. Sebi diet after finding out everything. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go into the Dr. Sebi diet and I'm going to see how this does for me and my skin. And the thing about me is everything shows on my face. So whenever I eat something that's not good for me, it'll definitely show on my face. And so I was eating the strict alkaline vegan diet, and I was starting to see my skin actually like start to glow. My skin was starting to glow. It definitely did clear up a little bit, but I still was getting little bumps, and sometimes they wouldn't even be little. Like one time I got this big bump right here on my nose, and I'll even insert a clip. And also, you guys, at the time I got my hair cut right before I found out that I had the psoriasis, even though I had it already before I got my hair cut. I got my hair cut, and I feel like that was definitely a subconscious decision that I made to express what was going on in my body, now that I really think of it. But yeah, so I'll insert some clips, you guys, because I literally low-key documented everything, low-key and high-key, because before I knew that I was sick, I was already taking pictures of myself because, like, self-confidence. But then once I found out, I started using my phone for documentation purposes and being more intentional with my phone, with everything, with life, literally in every aspect. And so after doing the Dr. Sebi diet for, I believe, a week or two, maybe even 3, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something different, because this is not completely clearing my skin for it to be 3 weeks, 2 weeks, or a week. Now I move into raw veganism, where I start juicing. I got a juicer. I looked up different recipes on YouTube. The Life Regenerator is a good YouTuber that I watched, and he actually gave me a recipe for this green juice that I literally would drink all the time. Grew my hair, my nails, made my skin clear, definitely cleansed me out from like, I literally was healing myself from the inside out. And I also watched this documentary called Heal on Netflix. Yeah, you guys, that's basically my journey of all of this, and I will definitely insert clips of the whole process, because I definitely did record, and it's just enlightening to know that what we put in our bodies really does matter. Sleep definitely matters. The people who you hang around definitely matters. If you want to be in good health, like, you're gonna have to definitely take control of your life. If you want to be successful, you're gonna have to take control of your life. So this was all just a really eye-opening experience that I went through in order to, you know, work towards my goals that I want to achieve. And soon I'll be saying this, and I'll be saying, like, this is what helped me achieve my ultimate success in life. So thank you guys for listening in on my experiences, and definitely let me know if you guys have any questions. I am really open about talking about this topic, because I love this. Like, this has literally brought out so much passion into myself, because I learned how to love myself in a different way that no one has ever taught me. I had to learn what everyone else was not doing. I had to learn something that was extraordinary to me. I had to learn something that was completely different, and what's the word for it? I had to learn something that was completely foreign to my culture, me, like, to the American way of thinking, the Philadelphian, South Philadelphian city girl that I was, I had to learn a different way of living in order to live. I had to understand to eat to live. So, with that being said, I'm done talking y'all head off because I can literally go on hours about this topic.